Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And y'all, somebody has gotten a wake-up call, and it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. This Chud, the builder guy who has been going around in Nashville, I guess, or somewhere around Tennessee. I'm sure Nashville. I'm sure it's not Memphis. Going around Nashville, harassing black people, stalking black people, making threats against black people, and calling people the N-word. You know, they used to do that years ago when I was a kid. You would just be walking down the street, downtown, really, in the downtown area, minding your business. Then somebody would come by in a car and they would just yell out the N-word. And that would be really funny. That kind of stuff is really funny to white people. They just think they just think that's so funny. But now you call them something, or you laugh at them, or you laugh at head lice, or you laugh at them being nasty, or you laugh at their greasy hair. You see how funny that is to them. See, that's not funny. It's only funny when you're doing it to the other person. During my teaching days, a white teacher got so mad at me because I said, "We don't get head lice." "Everybody gets head lice," she said. I said, "No, they don't either." In my family, and I come from a big family, we never had any head lice situation in our family. When I was in the black school, for as long as I was in a segregated school, we didn't ever have an outbreak of head lice. It was only after I went to school with white kids that they were talking about head lice. I didn't even know anything about head lice. I didn't know there was such thing as head lice until I started going to school with white kids. So that is not something that routinely happens to black people. Now, some black people might get it because the minute you say something like this, some black person gonna say, "I've had head lice. I've had head lice several times." But for most of us, head lice is a non-issue. Now back to Chud the Builder. You may have heard about this, but you haven't heard about it from me. So here's my version of what happened to Chud the Builder. Based on my research, I'm going to break down the exact sequence of the Chud the Builder courthouse shooting. Yes, he was shot at the courthouse, and you are going to get the exact sequence of the shooting. Not the rumors, not the Twitter version, but what police, witnesses, and the district attorney actually confirmed. And yes, the truth is wilder than the internet made it. And you know what they say, fact is stranger than fiction. On May 13th, outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee, Chud the Builder, real name Dalton Eatherly, ended up in a gunfight that left 2 people shot, including himself. But the key question everyone keeps asking, who fired first? And the answer is not what his supporters want to hear. Eatherly was at the courthouse for a scheduled hearing. Witnesses say he was agitated, pacing, and visibly tense. Then he crossed paths with another man. Witnesses say he was black, but this report says identity still not released by police. Words were exchanged. The argument escalated fast. According to multiple eyewitnesses and later confirmed by District Attorney Robert Nash, Eatherly pulled his gun first. Not the other man, not self-defense, not ambushed. He opened fire. This is the detail that led to the attempted murder charge. So he's been charged with attempted murder, this Chud the Builder. Once the gun came out, everything happened in seconds. Eatherly fired multiple shots. The other man was hit. And in the chaos, Eatherly shot himself in the arm. Yes, he shot himself. Not intentionally, but because he was firing while moving, struggling, and off balance. Ballistics and wound patterns confirmed it. So he couldn't blame that on the black man. But they started a fight, evidently, and Eatherly was getting his, beat. And so he pulled out his little weapon like George Zimmerman, and he was gonna do some shooting, in self-defense, except he started it like George Zimmerman did with Trayvon Martin. He started it. And then he wanted to kill the black man and say that he was doing it for self defense because the black man had attacked him. But he started it, and he started it at the courthouse, which means he has some nerve. So the police were right there. Plus, there were surveillance cameras, so they saw the whole thing. So he couldn't lie his way out of it, and they couldn't cover for him because he did it in broad open daylight with eyewitnesses, a camera, and the police standing there. So they couldn't all lie about it and blame it all on the black man. And I'm sure they're sorry about that. So Mr. Eatherly was charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and firearm during a dangerous felony. The other man has not been charged. The other man was fighting, so he's going to be charged with fighting or defending himself because remember, Eatherly started it. But only a black man in the USA would be charged with self defense. So we shall see. So Chud fired first. He shot the other man. He also shot himself. And the evidence, witnesses, cameras, ballistics, all point in the same direction. If you wanted the truth, this was it. But here's the thing though. This Chud, the builder man, had been going around harassing black people, and they had been reporting him to the police. They knew he was a racist, but they wouldn't do anything about it. He was coming to court for something else. He had multiple charges, but I don't think he had been charged with harassing black people. But we really do have to press these issues. We have to call these people's names and put their faces out in the public the way black people have been doing. And we have to report them to the police, even if the police doesn't do anything in the moment, because eventually these people are going to do something, and they need to have a paper trail behind them when they do something. Because black people on TikTok have been talking about ChudTheBuilder for quite some time. So it was about time for him to get this wake up call, and it seems like he got it. Let's hope this is going to be enough. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening and have a good day.